What's up, you HCMC Army and Moneymakers? Welcome back to the channel. HCMC Healthier Choices Management Corp reported the first quarter 2023 financial results that we see on May 8th. As you can see on this note, I also saw and confirmed the Form 10Q has been published on SEC's website. So here I am sharing all this very juicy, very interesting update because HCMC has started in double digit. 13.6 million is the revenue for the first quarter. I know that many of you have been wondering what happened to HCWC. I got a ton of questions and comments on my previous HCMC videos, so we'll be talking about that as well. As you already know, HCMC and we all are waiting for NYSE final approval for HCWC, Healthier Choices Wellness Corporation, the stock that the spin-off that we have been eagerly waiting for, which by the way, turned out it is a dividend type stock. If you own HCMC, you should be seeing HCWC in your brokerage account. If you already saw that, write down in the comment section below, and also write down whether you use what platform, whether you use Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, anything else. Write down in the comment section below. We'll really appreciate it. At the least, I wanted to ask you if you can hit the like button. That will be super helpful. If you're part of HCMC Army, if you own HCMC stock, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because the more like and interaction we get on this video, we can spread the word out, because HCMC is growing in terms of the financial sales and revenue. We have some challenges with the profitability that we'll be talking in this video as well. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first quarter record sales of $13.6 million, which is up 169% over the Q1 2022. I will do more analysis and will compare numbers to numbers very quickly, but I wanted to go through this particular press release very soon. The first quarter record gross profit is close to $5 million, $4.9 million, which is up 149% over Q1 2022. They announced the earning for the ended period Q1 March 31st, 2023. The net sales from the operations amounted for 13.6 million, record rate. HCMC for the first time is reporting this high of revenue. Don't forget, HCMC also mentioned that after the spin-off, they're expecting HCWC, a profitable company, so cash flow positive company, which is going to be amazing. Now, once they also get on NYSE, we will have a lot more transparency in terms of the earning, in terms of the reporting. They'll be reporting faster, they'll be reporting additional data points, and it'll be more transparency overall. In addition to that, we'll have a lot more eyeballs into HCWC stock, the spin-off ticker symbol HCWC, because it will be on NYSE, and the people or traders who cannot trade, buy or sell today, will be able to trade once they get on NYSE. That's a good sign as well. Usually when there is OTC traded stock, we see that there is more levers when the short sellers, something along those lines, which will be also reduced because there will be more transparency in terms of the data set and the way we get all the reporting. So it's a all win-win. It's a good news. Write down in the comment section below once again if you already saw the HCWC stock. If you have not, write down in the comment section below what platform do you use in terms of your trading, and when was the last time you verified that it was not there. That way we can just figure things out as a community. With that, compared to 5 million, that was their volume or the revenue in Q1 2022. And approximately 8.5 million, which is 169% increase versus the same period in 2022. The gross profit operations increased by 2.9 million compared to 2022, which is a record of 4.9 million, 2 million more for the same period, which is 149% year-over-year growth in increment. Net loss from continuing the operation for the first 3 months is 2 million versus 1.3 million, which is increased 50%. So there's a loss increment, and you know why this is? Because of the operational overheads and other one-time overheads that HCMC has. Adjusted EBITDA, and we have been talking about it, that HCMC can really address this in order to become profitable, and which is what, in my opinion, they are going to do when the spin-off happens with the new company called HCWC. Adjusted EBITDA 1.6 million versus 1.2 mil that we had the same period last year. It should be noted that 0.3 million in non-recurring expenses were incurred during the 3-month period added in March 31st, 2023. Their CEO Jeffrey Holman mentioned that we had another strong top line performance, as for the first quarter revenue increased 8.5 million to a first quarter record of 13.6 million. Now, a company who wants to do $60 million in revenue, this was something I was expecting, very close to 15 million, and here we are. Remember that companies don't really have the same quarter in terms of the sales quarter over quarter. Q1 tends to be for many companies slower, and it picks up for many companies in Q2, Q3, and Q4. Now let's talk about what HCMC usually does. So if I go here, this is the Q1 last year, 2022, 5.05 million. It jumped up the revenue 6 million plus. In Q3 it was 5.78 million. So Q1 was 5 million, Q2 was higher, Q3 was slightly lower than Q2 but higher than Q1, and in Q4 we saw a huge jump in revenue from Q3. So more than double. We did 12.31 million in Q4, and the story continues. Right now we are 13.6 million, as you already know. So the story gets even better quarter over quarter. So we can expect that HCMC and HCWC, they will exceed our expectations in general in terms of the revenue when Q4 2023 ends, and the entire year worth of revenue will be more than 60 million. Now the time will say, but this is what Jeffrey has to say. We had another strong top line quarter, as the first quarter revenue jumped up to 8.5 million to a first quarter record of 13.6 million. This was driven largely by 2 acquisitions we completed last year. Our top line sales result, coupled with the first quarter gross revenue of 4.9 million, evident our ability to execute against our expansion strategy, deliver a record financial performance. But in my opinion, they also need to show the profitability. The revenue only is not important. In my personal opinion, remember, I'm not a financial advisor nor am I a certified professional. These are my personal opinions and thoughts. Click the like button if you agree with all this. Also subscribe to the channel and make this channel part of your due diligence on a daily basis. Now, Mr. Holman also concluded with, we remain focused in our expansion strategy and are confident in our ability to deliver another year of strong growth. This growth, along with continuing efforts to implement synergies across our brand, to bring us to bottom line profitability. And this is what really we need to see. Bottom line, the profitability remain our focused priority. And I 100% agree that the focus is the focus should be the profitability. And take a look right here on Stock Tweets. We see a strong following of more than 84,000 followers and watchers, and we do see that people are bullish and looking further into it. The specific targeted allegations, this is more about the Philip Morris lawsuit that HCMC is suing Philip Morris for infringing the patent and contradictory statements, so on and so forth. PM Philip Morris self-reported that their products do not use combustion. Less combustion is not equal to no combustion, and that's what HCMC is claiming for. Based on this particular post, thus we hold that in the original complaint, HCMC stated a valid claim for patent infringement under the 11th Circuit law, notwithstanding attachment in MRTPA Exhibit 2. Now, HCMC amended complaint, which presents even stronger case in favor of HCMC. Now, this is all sort of still too early to say. But the good news is HCMC got back, and HCMC's management announced a success in appeal for the ruling in patent infringement against Philip Morris, and that came out April 12th. Don't think that something is going to happen overnight. It will take time because lawsuits in general are time consuming, especially when there are appeals and then there is PTAB involved and they will have to find out the validity of the patent. So there are so many bells and whistles. Healthier Choice Management Corp announced the record date for eligibility dividend shares of spin-off in natural food grocery store wellness business. This is basically about HCWC. So let's take a look right here. Healthier Choice Management Corporation, we know the spin-off date was May 1st, and the S1 is also filed already. The record date was May 1st, and many people have reached out asking when they'll be able to start trading HCWC. If you are seeing HCWC stock into your brokerage account, write down in the comment section below if you have gotten any email very recently or any heads up about HCWC NYSE. I have not. I'll make sure that I'll keep you posted as soon as I get an update, but we want to make sure that if you were the deemed owner of HCMC common stock on that record date of May 1st, 2023, you should own and purchase, or before that, if you should see HCWC just in the form of dividend. It does not really cost you anything. It is a dividend, so kind of a free gift from HCMC. So if you didn't really know that, here I am sharing this information with you. Going back to this 10K, and this 10K was released for the Q1 March 31st, 2023. Take a look at the numbers, right? Like looking at the numbers, we saw this is the quarter-over-quarter comparison. So in 2022, they ended with this number. Right now, their current asset is 19.7 million. Before they had 22.9 million, right? And all in all, here are the total asset numbers, very similar to what we had in Q4 2022. But the thing that I really wanted to bring into your attention is this. Now their sales, we don't see vapor sales anymore. It was $250,000, give or take, in Q4 for the Q1 2022. Right now it's $38, so it does seem like they got rid of that business. 13.5 million grocery and sales, basically the goods and the groceries that they sell, 4.7 compared to 4.7 million that they had last quarter or last year, same quarter. Vapor, and the cost is 8.6, which puts them at the gross profit of 4.9 million, which is good. But the loss from operation is huge. So their operation right now spiked up through the roof, 6.8 million. And last time they had 3.3 million. That put them into 2022 Q1, $1.3 million worth of loss. Right now, the loss is close to 2 million, 1.98, which is pretty big in my opinion, and they need to work on it. Now, in induced conversion from preferred stock, so on and so forth. So they have net loss from the common shareholder, stockholder, 1.9 million, so on and so forth. And that deficiency, they're going to cover, as HCMC mentioned, in HCWC. HCWC should be a profitable company to begin with, which is what I am hoping based on what HCMC told us. Now, here is the activity that you can find out. They have 1.9 million worth of loss, and they have explained this in more detail. The net cash used for operating activity was 2.3 million compared to 600 and give or take $80,000 last year. Now, with that, we can see that their numbers are growing in terms of the operational overheads as their sales grow, because the way their business works is based on what and how much they sell and how much they help, so human resources are required. One thing that I wanted to point you to is this is a cash-rich company. They have pretty green balance sheet in my opinion. They have $18.6 million worth of total cash on hand. December 31st, so in Q4, that 21.6 million, that came down to 18.6 million. So remember, 2 million, close to 2 million is just the net operational loss, and the rest they may have spent about this newer spin-off, some of the activities with the law offices for the lawyers, so on and so forth. So all in all, 19.7 million restricted cash compared to 20.5 million, and total cash and total restricted cash is 1.7 million. That puts the company right now, the balance sheet, at $21.4 million. Now, if you have more questions about this, write down in the comment section below. If you have any question about HCMC, write down in the comment section below as well. We know that how many dividend shares of HCMC I'll be receiving. We do not really have an update. So the estimate or the guesstimate is every 71,000 of HCMC stock that you own, you will get one free or one stock of HCWC in the form of dividend. Now, we do not really have a confirmed words from HCMC. I verified their website. I verified the sec.gov. I could not really find it, so I cannot really confirm. But I'll make sure as soon as I have that final ratio, I'll keep you posted. A shareholder will receive one share of the HCWC stock. The final ratio numbers will be determined on the record date based on the HCMC's outstanding shares on that date. Do I need to do anything? You do not really need to do anything. So don't think that you missed out on anything or you something slipped through the crack. But again, don't rely on me. I'm not a financial advisor. You want to call your brokerage firm and just make sure that everything is right. HCMC shareholder on the record date do not need to take any action to receive HCWC stock. So basically, you don't really need to do that or participate in the spin-off. The HCWC common stock will be distributed to qualifying HCMC shareholders without forfeiting or exchanging any of their existing HCMC common stock. So you should still see exactly the same number of the stock that you have at the moment of HCMC. On the top, you'll receive some HCWC stock. And when will HCWC begin trading? Once again, so many people ask me this question. We don't know. I don't know, at least at the moment. Late second quarter, early third quarter is our tentative timeline as to when HCWC will start trading. Technically, we are in late second quarter. May not be. May 15th, we're still early in Q2. Right now, so it's not late second quarter or early third quarter, so maybe some patience might be a virtue here, so you want to take into consideration and account as well. Healthier Choice Management announced a success in appeal. That's a good news for HCMC shareholders. Anyway, we got the spin-off. We got some free dividend, the dividend, free stocks. That's a good news as well. All in all, we see the volume has been pretty low. Take a look in today's trading session. It's 108 million, as you can see. And the price point is hovering between 1 and 0 and 1, 0 and 1 all the time. And the historical data shows that there is pretty much the same thing. And we saw 1 billion in volume in late April 26, and after that we dropped in volume. We are between 100 and 200 million in volume on a daily basis, and basically we are between 1 and 2 or 0 and 1, 0 and 1 bar coding. I hope you like this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.